She asked the party if Alcine is near, and if he is, Captain Harrowleaf is really serious about the kill on sight initiative that has been put against him. So you really need to tell Alcine that he is not to be within the city limits, because he will be killed.
Lady Moonfire, how did you find us here?
I followed you. You guys, weren't very quiet about leaving. Thank you for leaving the town without causing any problems. I truly appreciate it. But as you see, although I am the actual leader of the town, I also have many nobles that contribute a lot to the town. So, in this circumstance, I have my hands bound. I did what I could, but unfortunately, the town just doesn't want a murderer in it, or any associates of that murderer that are involved, whether if you did it or not. For now, I cannot have you in there, and I have my hands bound, and I'm sorry. I tried everything I could, but I just couldn't sway the other council members, and we had an
Yes, Lady
emergency meeting
Moonfire.
last night about this after
This is quite acceptable.
poor Santine was killed.
Am I amongst murderers? Should I vacate myself from this?
No, you have nothing to fear. There has been a highly misunderstood incident, and like I said before, our rogue friend, he is just too quick for his own good, and he has gotten himself into a very sticky situation. And luckily, we had very good association with the lady here, Moonfire, the mayor of Loudwater, and she has allowed us to leave.
And he asked the lady, Moonfire, "Is this true? Should I? Maybe I should come back with you, lady."
She just kind of gives you one eye, kind of the rock look, the Russell of the Rock. Gives you the people's eyebrow, and she says, "Who are you?" She goes, "We usually don't have tieflings," and she puts an emphasis on the word tieflings in our great town of Loudwater.
Well, I passed through your town, and of course I didn't like your town. I'm sorry to say very much. You have some nasty thugs there that bullied me and were attacking me, and just you got some massive problems that you need to have situated. But I was walking
And
out
who
of
might
town.
that be?
I heard rumors of this lady of the shadow, and there's this Zork guy. Talk about shady. Oh, he's horrid. His thugs are just brutes. They're nasty fellows.
Well, that's why I'm here. And she goes, "Thank you for visiting our town. I hope you spent lots of gold in our town. We appreciate your business." And then she looks at the party. She goes, "Am I missing something here? Is this one of your guys? Is this one of your fellow companions? I've never seen him before."
We just come across him. He was being attacked by some goblins, and we assisted him.
How unfortunate. So the meat of the matter is, I need you guys to stay out of Loudwater for now. You cannot come back under any circumstance. You will not be let back in. I did what I could, but for the time being, let's let things cool down. But, however, I have some pertinent information for you as well about Zark and his dealings. Supposedly he is smuggling something, and this is actually what Santine had told me on his deathbed. He had told me that he had been selling information again to both Zark, the bandits, and the Lady of the Shadows. and he wanted to get a clear conscience when he goes into the afterlife. And he told me that that there is within the town of Loudwater, on the northwestern wall, there is a building. We did not know about this, but it is a building that houses the bandits. It's in the tenants area, which is an area that is just not traveled. There's more guard activity around the dock quarter and the main quarter, but in the living quarters and the tenements, we don't have a lot of I guess you could say guard presence in that area of the town, which we will from now on. However, I know I have told you not to go back into the town, but you can get to this if you are to sneak in by night. You could probably get into this place, and you can probably find the information that you're looking for. However, if you are caught, I will deny anything about telling you any of this information. This is what Santine had told me on his deathbed. This was the information that he was supposed to give you, until Alcine so kindly gutted him.
Interesting.
Is there any way that we can make a deal with you, Lady Moonfire, with our good name still intact, and to show
Good name?
as well, to show yourself that we have a good name, and that my other companions here, I know, didn't have anything to deal with this untimely death of the murder of the.
You have no good
informant.
name in Loudwater, Batista. You have no good name anymore. If you had a good name, we would not have kicked you out of Loudwater.
No, I'm trying to solve that. The point I was trying to make was, would there be any way that we can make some form of arrangements with yourself?
Hey, what's up,
That's,
James Shark?
If needed.
And Castaner, what's up?
Could aid us in times that.
I'm aiding you right now. I'm giving you information that Santine has given me, that he was supposed to be giving you. He told me that several years back, before he turned on Zark and the other shadows, although he still was in cahoots in a roundabout kind of way, one of his nieces had been kidnapped and never seen. He thinks that his niece was sold into child labor, and he thinks that Zark probably had something to do with this. He can't prove it. He couldn't get information regarding that, but he thinks that Zark is somehow selling children into slavery. And it's public knowledge that children disappear all the time. Not only from, mainly not from Loudwater, but the other, farming villages and smaller villages around the area. Actually, all along the Sword Coast, a lot of children disappear. More children disappear than, adults, young adults. So, I mean, that's pretty common knowledge. You guys would actually know that. But she said that you could sneak back into the town at night. You could probably find out what is going on. And I could probably use that against the nobles and against the other puppet mayors, I call them, to probably sway into letting you back into the town. But as Alcine, I will never be able to get him back into the town. He killed a man.
Yes, I see where you're coming from then.
And on that, I have to leave. I do not know if I'm being followed. It is dangerous for me to be out here. Not with you. I know you guys have kind hearts. Unfortunately, you're guilty by associating with a murderer. And unfortunately, I did what I could, and I've given you all the information I could give you, and I will try to keep in contact. But if you find out anything about Zark or his plans or what he's doing, we would definitely like to eliminate him from Loudwater.
This building you speak of, you say it's in the northeast corner of the town?
It's in the northwest corner of the town. I will, in fact, as you ask her about the actual location, and I'm going to pull the map out for you right now. Let me get over to my journals.
Be number 11?
Let's see.
There's
It would
a
be,
bunch of
yes.
number 11s, but
Yeah,
the top
there's
left.
the top left-hand corner. She tells you that there is a guard post in that area, but it is vacated. The guard Harrowleaf just doesn't really give a shit about that district, the tenements. He just doesn't give a shit, and so therefore there's no guard presence there. Then she says, "Think about it, Harrowleaf. We don't even know if Harrowleaf is involved in this. Probably not. He's been in Loudwater since he was a young boy, so chances are he's probably not involved with them. But why do we not have guard influence throughout the entire city? We don't have guard influence in the Dock District as well. So, and this is what Lady Moonfire is telling you. But then again, she goes on to tell you that I can only do what I can do. Just because I'm the mayor doesn't mean that I have 100% control of the town. There's a lot of wealthy nobles that contribute a lot of money to the town, and they also have influence. And you notice that she did call them puppet masters, several times. Puppet mayors. But she puts her hood back up and tells you that she has to get back to the town. She's got business she has to take care of. And she slides out into the bushes, and you eventually hear the distance as she's getting farther and farther away, and that's it. It's about midday as well now, so.
That was an interesting meeting.
Yes, this sounds very dangerous to me. If we get caught in that town again, we are surely going to be hung. So we need to think about this long and hard, Smash. Tomanuk, did you understand that quite clearly?
Up and down this time.
Well, at least she did show respect to you, and she knows that you guys had nothing to do with this. But unfortunately, it's what she said. You guys are just guilty by association. So, which is unfortunate.
Well, the no guard seems to be a little shady to me in the tenements. It's possible that we might be able to make it through there, but with my armor, I am surely to be heard.
Well, she told you to climb over the wall.
Yeah, I'm
David,
not that great of a
is-
climber either.
Is there a patch of sand or dirt? Or is it just grass and moss and stuff?
What do you mean? Where?
On the ground, where
Here?
we are now, yes.
There's
forest,
just grass,
like
dirt.
sea.
I mean, it's just typical forest.
Okay, but is there a patch of dirt or sand?
Sure, there's a patch of dirt there.
Okay. Tamanuk will go ahead and draw stick figures.
Ooh.
One stick figure has the symbol of cord above his head. One symbol has a flame. One symbol has horns. One symbol has a banana sticker. Well, not really a sticker, but a banana. He then points to the map.
I don't think she's setting her
draws
up, Cass.
A line.
I mean, she did praise them,
The stick figure.
for
the code
being
symbol,
great
the
people,
flame,
but unfortunately,
then points to
Alcine has
himself.
just ruined all of that.
and shakes his head. He then goes ahead and points toward the one with the banana, and then points to the tiefling, and then again points to the map and nods.
I look at this drawing and goes, "Is this normal? Is this how he communicates with you?"
This is quite new, but I do believe I understand.
Please, help me out. I'm having troubles.
This is obviously chord. The symbol for chord. So
I don't know this chord.
Shamash and myself should not go Tamanuk.
Nods.
Is this Flame the new guy?
Shakes his head, points to the stick figure with flames, and then points to Shamash.
Shamash, Flames, yes. And no go to the town. Alzine and Banana?
Nods.
So Alzine should go to the town.
And then he points to the tiefling as well.
Malech should go to the town as well? Ah, I see what he's saying. But Alzine is nowhere to be found right now. This is going to take some time.
I'm wondering. I'm wondering. You guys want me to go into town, and do what?
Well, Lady Moonfire seemingly wants us to kind of sneak back into the town and find out what exactly this dwarf Zark is
She
doing.
said at night, yeah.
Yes, we need to sneak in there at night. There should be no, or not much guard presence. And, Tamanuk, this is town? Pointing at the dirt spot.
No, there's a map involved, if I'm correct.
In the very corner of up here.
Yes, Loudwater.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining to Heavy that I didn't draw a map, I just drew the stick figures and then point on the map, the actual map we possess, of the town.
Alright. So,
You guys, I've noticed you and this lady have mentioned this slime Zark. I've had dealings with him. He's a very shady character. As I was walking through off the trail, I heard some noise behind me, so I hid a little bit further so I wasn't detected. And I saw Zark and a bunch of his thugs that, kind of beat me, bullied me around while I was in town, heading east a while ago. I thought I should mention that to you.
So they left town heading east.
Clearly in a rush, too. It was definitely him and some of his thugs. Luckily they didn't see me, or I think I'd be a dead man.
Yeah, they didn't take too kindly to tieflings. You had actually been bullied the several times that you had actually gone into Loudwater. They actually bullied you around quite a bit. I mean, they didn't rough you up or beat you up or anything, rob you or nothing. Well, actually, they
said
did.
mean words.
They robbed you one time. The first time they had seen you, but yeah,
Racial slurs and stuff like that.
yeah,
Not wanting to hear.
they were calling you horny.
Horny.
So, yeah, but when you had seen them traveling east, they were actually traveling at a pretty quick pace. I mean, the horses were galloping pretty hard.
Yeah. Looked like they were in a rush to get somewhere quite readily fast. they were pushing those horses pretty hard. That's why I think they passed me and didn't see that I was there.
If they're on horseback, then we have hardly any chance of catching them. This Alzine needs to hurry up if he's going to meet us. I don't like the town, the idea of sneaking into the town. I know there will be repercussions if I'm caught. I know Alzine and possibly yourself, Malish. If
I
we
could-
can get this plan together, this could be the right thing to do. But I am not quite kind of interested in getting my head chopped off.
It seems that I might benefit a little bit from ruining the Zark's plans if I could get my hands on him. I have some retribution on him. Probably some possessions to retain.
Oh my gosh.
If Alcine does not show up, we cannot let Malik go into town alone. I will go with him.
Tamanuk will now point towards the map. Again, he will point at himself and point at Batista. And then point to the wall behind the tenements. And just continue to point at that spot.
Yes, yes. The two of you can wait outside the wall in case there is trouble. Was that a good translation?
Thank you, yes.
Yeah, 'cause
Well-
with my heavy armor, I'm not going to have a chance to climb that wall. I'll know I'll be heard.
I think I can get in town.
Speaking out of character, take it off. Climb over the wall. Put it back on.
Exactly.
Or just don't put anything on except for the chest plate, for example. Which makes you able to maneuver and stuff like that. I will be quiet.
You don't have to be a walking tin can 100% of the time.
Yeah,
We can attach wheels to his feet and he can be a tank.
Hey, what's up there, Luxel? Welcome to the channel, man.
have somebody push me around.
They're just doing some
use him,
some
use him as a
RP.
battering ram.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's my lance?
As long as he doesn't become a cart and we have to do 3-point turns.
Oh, you went there, did you?
So what do you guys think you're going to do? You know that Zark is riding east, and you also heard Alcine had actually said that the Lady of the Shadows is probably in the ruins of Zelbros, which Brother Griffin confirmed. So
The where now?
the Zelbros ruins, which last session he had found out that the Lady of Shadows usually hung out in usually hung out in the Zelbros ruins, and then you also know that the bandits that actually terrorize all of the merchants of the city, demanding them that they pay for I guess you could say a protection service from the bandits. All of the merchants are tired of it. I believe Garwin actually mentioned something at the Curiosities about it.
Just a quick question.
Mhm.
Zelbros is listed as some sort of village on the map, but it's ruin, or is the
It-
ruin of Zelbros some place else?
All the Zelbros is on the map. That's the news. There's old Zelbros ruins that is basically like a temple,
Okay.
and it is to the east.
Okay, so that Zelbros you're talking about is not on the map.
Yeah, that's Zelbros town, correct? Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's the town of Zelbros. But
Okay.
what had been mentioned was the old ruins of Zelbros, which is basically basically just like a temple.
Okay.
I forget which temple it was for. Let me look that up real quick. I'll tell you what temple it was for.
So if we go east to try to catch Zark, we may stop off along the way. We might have a chance to catch him at the spots. But we'll never catch him if he has far to go on horseback. Going into town, we still have time to wait till nightfall, so we could wait for that a little while.
Well, I can always get in town easily. I'm not banned from town. I'm not going to be well liked in town, so I'm going to have a difficult time in there. But I'm definitely not banned from the town, so...
This is good. This is very good.
You could actually go in and scout the area and then let us know if maybe there's a way in through the sewers or something.
Yeah. Maybe even see what...
Yes,
maybe...
we have plenty of time to wait for that then. Should we go and try to track down this Zark? We only have a little much time to wait for the Alzine. I don't think he's going to show.
Yeah, you haven't heard a peep from Alzine at all. Not a thing. Haven't seen him
So-
or anything.
From where we're at now, where are the Zalbros ruins located? Further east?
Yes, they're definitely further east. They're more on the, I would say, between Loudwater and the Grey Peak Mountains.
So we're thinking now that we may have to go and, let's say, have Melech's character even go into town and get us some traveling, like horses or something. Maybe pull up enough money to buy horses, because it seems like it's going to be a pretty far distance.
It'll probably take you till the end of the day to get there. I mean, you're basically in between the ruins and Loudwater. So by nightfall, you can either get back to Loudwater or you can go to the actual Zolbros ruins. Oh, did you really,
And possibly
Lexel?
finding Zark
Yeah, we're
along
playing
the way.
Forgotten Realms setting right now, so
He's headed east, right?
I don't have the Dark Sun books.
Yeah, he was headed east. I think we need to return to Loudwater and inspect it from that route. Be there when he returns.
Well, not really. No. Yeah, I can cover with going back to the town, because that's kind of like what the lady wanted.
But we'll have to be careful of the guard patrols.
That is a
Yeah.
good idea, though. Well, it's a good strategy, seeing that, Melek wasn't associated with the group, although Lady Moonfire knows. I mean,
Yeah.
She knows now, yes.
she knows now that, well, she doesn't know that, you never said that he was part of the group or anything. All you had told her was that you had helped him. He was being attacked by a couple of goblins, and you helped save his ass. And that's all you told her. So she doesn't know if he's traveling with you now or not. So that's actually a really good strategy. So hats off to you guys, especially the Mute Goliath for coming up with that plan.
Now, the other thing is, I probably can get a cart and hide you guys in the cart and bring you into town.
And then we do the guards stab the balls of hay to find us.
The old Trojan horse
We
trick.
bleed to death. Yes.
I like the Shemash's plan. If you can go in there and scout it out for us before nightfall,
Okay.
kind of keep out of this, keep out of the limelight, watching and just stating that you're there to purchase some food or gear for something along that lines.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody kind of questions what your business is there, you shouldn't have too much hard time about that. So getting word back to us shouldn't be too hard as well before nightfall, and letting us know if there is, let's say, like Smash said, sewers to get in through there, or watch how the guards do act around that kind of area, and who comes and goes.
Yeah. Let's do
We
it.
can